Hi, I'm Desiree Dubois, founder of An Empowered Woman and Homework. And I have the pleasure today of speaking with Ty Fisher, who's the associate producer or publisher of LA Dreams Magazine. How are you doing, Ty?
I'm doing great, Desiree. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. I just want to thank LA Dreams Magazine for allowing us to include some of our members and spotlight them in your magazine because it's absolutely beautiful. And what I find is that I don't think everybody really understands the value of participating. So could you elaborate on that for me, please?
Yeah, when we talk about the value of being in print, and especially very high-end luxury print, it really comes down to, the people who you associate with, and having a third party, a credible third party, be mentioning you and associating with these other influencers. So, it's not, this isn't an advertisement. It really is by doing a photo shoot, an in-depth interview with us. We're then publishing you among other people who are similar in stature and position to you. But it really is all about that third party credibility that it's not you writing about yourself and publishing it. It's an extremely credible, prestigious magazine who's saying these are the people who you need to know. And when people pick it up and see that, hey, who did, what's this luxury magazine writing about? And they see you in it, that gives you instant credibility.
Well, I know that we're going to talk about all the distribution and the fact that it's not only digital, but it's a hard copy, which is formalized. So I really would accentuate on who this is for, because I think a lot of the ladies say, well, I don't have a product to sell, or this is not my market. And what I want to communicate to them, for example, one person, she's a CTO and technology officer. Every company, including the ones that are already in your magazine, but every other company needs a technology officer. But most of them don't know all the details, what they do. What she does is people immediately think, okay, she does the technology. But she was explaining to me, elaborating on all the different things that she does as far as the platforms and hiring the people that actually do the what do you call it, the back programming and things of that type. You need someone to handle all of that and to be able to decide, like an architect decides what the contractors do and who they are and how they do it. So all these companies do that. So it's perfect for her. It's a perfect audience for her because people like in that caliber are not going to go look through the yellow pages to find someone. They want someone that's referred by a credible source, such as the magazine that's been around for over 10 years, like LA Dreams Magazine. Another person does merchant, high-end back-end merchant accounts, not the PayPals and things like that, but she actually will go in to your company and design and have implemented. So all those type of things, whether it's, your marketing or your accountants or your attorneys or your legal, those are people that you're speaking to at the highest level in this magazine that reads this magazine.
Yeah, and I would like, a good point here to touch on is one of our main point of differences as a luxury magazine is that, not only are we distributed to some of the most affluent communities here in Southern California, or even found in some of the most prestigious retail locations, whether it's Rustic Auto dealerships, high-end jewelry, but a major point of difference for us is our extensive VIP mailing list, which actually goes directly to very high-level executives, CEOs, COOs, CFOs at major corporations and companies, all throughout the United States. Obviously, very much so here in Los Angeles, but New York as well. And it's a very extensive mailing list that we've compiled over the years, with their names, their titles, and every publication that comes out, they're getting sent right to their offices. And as Desiree, when you get to the C-suite level, it's a very personal touch, and many of those people love having something physical in their hands that they can take home in their briefcase. And as they're flipping through it, they're finding you and saying, this is a credible person. I need this for my company. That's how they can find you. And, that's, not all publications do that. We're going kind of direct on a B2B level as well.
Well, you also mentioned that it's delivered to every store, retail shop on Rodeo Drive. Mm-hmm. It's delivered to certain zip codes. You mentioned a couple of different zip codes, like the Beverly Hills zip code and all the way up through to Malibu. Is that correct? I mean, they can find out more, but I think they really need to know specifically where this is going to lie in the hands of. You also, besides the distribution, I've seen them you mentioned like the hotels and the luxury stores and the luxury auto dealerships and places like that. Mm-hmm. But you actually will take a shot and of the individual and send it out to your list via an email. Like, how many publications will take a specific shot of you and your profile in the magazine and send it out to their mailing list? That in itself is huge. You have over 20, 25,000 people that have been part of your list for years. So that in itself is worth their value. Another thing I want to really bring out is that because they have a digital version, which they themselves as an individual can send out to their list, their past clients, their present clients, and to their future clients. It's a nice way of saying, hey, remember me, as opposed to buy, sell, sell, sell. Be able to let them know too that you are recognized not only by the immediate community, but on a bigger, larger scale. That distribution is huge. But I find the best value, which I communicate to everybody, is the live events. You know, LA Dreams has 4 VIP live events a year. And all of us know that the real negotiations are done, or the deals are done in person for the most part, when people get to know, like, and touch you. They actually know who you are. And most of us, you know, professional businesses know how to really network, and that's the value. But not only the ones that LA Dreams sponsor, but the individual sponsor. Like I was sharing with some of the ladies that one of your realtors does a coffee and cars every month, the first Saturday of the month. And last Saturday I went, and it was a lot of fun. What really tickled me when I walked in, with the magazines were all on the table, coffee table, but there was 2 people, not one, but 2 people when I walked in that I took this over the shoulder snapshot of, were looking at our profiles and looking at our ads, you know, look our profiles, our editorials. So it's like great to know that all over the place, people are looking at and reading your information. But I also encourage the ladies to sponsor their own events to be able to extend to the members of the LA Dreams magazine. For example, one of our members, Dr. Gail Jackson, is holding a private event on her yacht in Marina del Rey at the end of this month for the females that were participating in the LA Dreams magazine. So it's not just the things that you're invited to, but the events that you can host to bring people to you, and that you have never had contact with. It's just being able to market and socialize on a completely different level.
Mm-hmm.
And that, to me,
a point I would like to touch on, and going back just a little bit, is, you know, how important that added value our digital services provide. Anyone who is in the magazine gets their own email blast to our list of 25,000 email contacts, which gets about a 40% open rate. So anyone given email, you know, about 10,000 eyes onto it. You get your own personal one, which is then linking it to the digital issue. You also get a blast across all of our social media platforms, our Facebook, our Instagram, and our Twitter. Significant first, so you have your own profile, we send our channels. And, you know, you touch on too, you know, you get 2 great pieces, not only the print magazine, you know, you get 50 copies when you purchase into the magazine to give out to family, friends, have in your offices, but also we give all the digital components as well, so that you can repurpose it across your social media, across your email lists, is really huge. And then just, you know, touching on, you know, with the events, and even you mentioned Cars and Coffee in La Cañada the other weekend, you know, it's about being, you know, in those spaces with other people, influential people who you want to do business with. They're the ones who read the magazine, or at the actual VIP events. You know, you guys are the ones who are all there, and it's really putting you in the space with people who you should be surrounded with. So
exactly.
You're at the top, you know, a major leader, or you're a rising star. You know, the way that you grow your business or you grow your personal brand is to raise your network level, and, you know, having the credibility of being published in the magazine, and then getting access to the other people who have been or at the events, you know, is a major piece for someone.
Well, it was just a lot of fun for them to say, oh, this is you, for them to recognize you in the magazine. It's like, oh, I didn't expect that. So that's fun. But okay, so also the value is that they have an opportunity. You're partnering with Empowered Women to give them the opportunity of being able to do it at such a reasonable investment. And if they were to do it individually on their own, to be able to get a 2 or 3 page spread, it also includes the photography by and makeup artists that's well-renowned years they spent with the New York top modeling agency.
Yes, incredible photographer and makeup.
And makeup, that's included. So that in itself is valuable, because how many people want a really good portfolio of photographs? The pictures are absolutely awesome. They're great to work with, as well as the fact that everybody needs great pictures. And then at the photo shoot, they also meet some of the other ladies. So the networking that happens there is very, very valuable. And it's fun, as well as the fact that you, you and Natalie interview them to create their editorial. So they get to speak to what they want more of. And that's the marketing is an important part of it, not just having photographs there and having this is what I do, but there's certain questions that are asked, there's certain information that are shared that many of people need that opportunity to be able to expand upon what they do, how they do it, and how they differ from the others in the market. So being able to have that editorial customized, they have a chance to proof it, a chance to be able to edit it, but to have that specifically designed for what they want more of, and their information there is very powerful.
Yeah, I think in those the photo shoot and the interviews is such a special time. From our last issue,
I know, our glam squad.
especially for the women. I mean, it's the professional makeup and photography, and Steve and Erica, and just how incredible they are in their portfolio of people they've worked with. The photo shoots are extremely high-end, professional. Those are photos that you're going to have for life. And then also, I conduct the interviews, so you're interviewed with me, and then our editor Natalie is there as well. And we're really crafting it specifically to you and working with you even beforehand on, hey, these are the points that we suggest we should talk about, and what do you think? And working with you to get your exact message out, because that's huge. And then from there, after that.
Have a little break up there, a little break. There you go.
And everything is personalized and approved by you. And so, we're getting the message out there that needs to get out there in the magazine.
Okay, another point is that the investment is $3,700, and there's different discounts. If they prepaid, they have to pay, they have an option to pay no payments and no interest for 6 months. So there's no reason why somebody says, well, this is not good at this time, this is something that they want. But that is a tremendous value for anyone in business for all that's included. And the thing is that it's still tax deductible. It's an advertising expense, but it's all you need is one client. For the most people that we're dealing with, all you need is one client to get the ROI, and that can happen through the photo shoots in itself, some laser connected that way, or through it being out in the world, or through a live event. We also are making an exception because most of your people that you profile are, high 6, 7-figure, multi-million-dollar clients. You're making an exception for 4 rising stars. So 4 people that are not quite at that level, but on their way. We're wanting to profile 4 of them. And so anyone that's interested in that, they need to contact me directly immediately before we fill that, as well as women that are already in their 6 and 7 figures. And we also include some men. We've had a couple men to participate because they see the value. And we really want more, we want to be able to showcase people that are doing great things in business. And some people are partnering. We have a small group that's like 3 or 4 of them, and they want to partner together. So, there's so many different ways of being able to get involved. But this is, I guess, I would say once in a lifetime opportunity, because we don't know when it will be available again as far as our partnership because of our moving on to homework. So it's just, if it's something that someone's thinking about, at least contact me, and then we'll talk about it. Talk about if it's a fit for them and not. But if nothing else, it's a legacy. We had Jack that did it last time, and he just did it. He didn't do it for the business. He didn't do it for the contest. He did it because he's been working hard in business and wanted to celebrate it and have that plaque in his office of the magazine and have it to be able to give to his friends and his family and to send again to, just to have his legacy. So it doesn't have to have an ROI value on it. It's just to feel good.
Yeah, touching on legacy too, that really, I think, is the capping piece to, why do you want to be in print and why do you want to be printed? That, if you walk into any CEO's office, they have magazines out there. They have plaques where they were featured in a magazine. For them, it's not advertising. It's about the legacy of, I was printed. This is a proud moment for me. You walk into people's homes where they keep, a thick luxury magazine on their coffee table. It's about the legacy. It doesn't go away. And digitally, that's also online forever. But, really, I think that legacy is a great ending point that, you make the decision today, go through with it. We had a great group of women and Jack as well, who came in our previous publication. And, it's just been huge, I think, results for them. And, not only that, but the connections they made and relationships they built, and now the legacies, the plaques that they're, have of their feature, the magazines posted onto their office walls. We're looking forward to this next group.
Well, just in personally speaking, the benefits I've had are just tremendous besides the association. But even this weekend is as a result of my affiliation with LA Magazine, where we're going to be going to Vegas and meeting people and being able to acquire properties for our new project. And just to have those doors open to you can make that much of a difference. So all it takes is one great contact. So in closing, what else would you like to say and share?
I think, just overall, we're really excited for this next issue, be coming out, and, the women and men. And I think really I'm excited also about the 4 rising stars, and giving them access to, being associated with people who are at a level where they're trying to achieve as well. I think that's a big thing that you touched on. So there's 4 spots available. No, we already have a couple, I think, that are maybe confirmed. So that's closing quickly. But, I think just in closing, the credibility and the legacy, and like you said, it takes one person.
One contact.
Yep, one contact, one high-level person to see it and want to do business with you or want to associate with you. The ROI is infinite on this.
And I just want to remind everyone, in addition to the rising stars, we still have positions open for those who are 6 figures and 7 figures. So
Yes.
It's just that we made a few exceptions. So take advantage of exceptions. But anyone that is in business that wants more business, and especially want to be in the level of luxury and be in the level of high net worth individuals, both not only here, but you also have, some of your additions were in Vegas, as well as New York and Dubai, and in Los Angeles. So want that kind of exposure, then this is it. So thank you, Ty, for the opportunity. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And feel free to contact me at 818-865-8563. It'll be in the email, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.
Thank you, Desiree.